Hello fellow internet dweller, Brickineer here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the LEGO Castle Dwarves Mine Defender, set number 7040 with 86 pieces and 3 minifigures, originally coming out in 2008 for $10 USD, which is about $13 in today's money. If you want to get this set now, you're looking at spending around $21 used or $47 sealed. This is a set that I've had for a very long time, so it's going to be really fun to review it right now. Of course, the main build in this set is going to be the Mine Defender itself. What it is a mobile catapult along with a saw defense in case an enemy charges towards you, or if you need to clear a path in front of you. This is a neat, tiny little build built on a little square, as you can see, a little 8x8 square here. And on top of that, you're going to have the catapults as well as the control station. On the sides, there's going to be the wheels. More wheels here. Very interesting use of this piece as wheels, since there's no like tire. I guess there wasn't really tires back in the age that this set is set in. But the tires kind of work. The rolling works decent enough. And we'll get to the fourth tire in a second. It's connected to a play feature. This catapult is triggered pretty... the way this catapult is triggered is pretty cool. There's a chain that is connected at the top of the catapult, and it goes down. It's locked in place with this piece here, and it goes behind the catapult. So while you're driving it, it's going to be dragging in the back, which is kind of annoying. I guess you can add a little build, like if you have any extra pieces, put like a little something that holds the chain there. But for what you get in the set, it's going to have to drag in the back. But you can pull this, and I'm going to hold my hand out so it doesn't fling. But basically, or I guess I have to use both hands. You have to hold the cart with one hand. And basically, you're going to pull this back, and it's going to launch the piece forward. So I can try it right now. That wasn't a very good example. You only get one of these pieces, by the way, so make sure to not lose it. Like that. It doesn't go very far, but it can go, a couple feet, which is pretty interesting. That's basically it for the catapult. It's a very loose connection, so you could probably flick it with your hand as well. That works too. On the other side, you're going to get the control panel for the Mine Defender. It's kind of interestingly guarded with this kind of bulky, ugly front cover piece, or a couple of pieces. Maybe this is supposed to be like a screen or something. I don't know. It just doesn't look very good. I think like a shield would be better. Something flatter that would just stick in here. But behind that, you're going to have your dwarf figure and a very, very basic control panel. It's literally just one of these stick things. I don't know how you're supposed to drive and catapult and activate this all with one stick. But that's for your imagination. The rest of the build is very, very basic. You have a little bit of detail with these kind of sloped pieces. But that's really kind of it. There is some extra space here and right here in the Mine Defender. However, you're not able to fit a figure there. I thought this is where the figure, like the dwarf, was supposed to stand, but you can see that he can't fit in there. You have to put him on top of the control panel, which is a little weird. So you have all this space, but it's kind of used for nothing. I feel like what they should have done is maybe included an extra 1 or 2 of the catapult stones and kind of just stored them up right here. That would have been a better use of the space, but unfortunately that did not happen. But let's take a look at the final feature of this build, which are these saws. Now you are able to move the saws up and down. However, I've noticed that the mechanism does not work if it's high up. You kind of have to put it down, which makes it a bit longer, but I think it's fine. And you can see this rubber band here, and yes, this is the color that it comes with. It is supposed to be blue. It's not black, it's not brown, it's not gray. It is blue, which is kind of an eyesore. This is not the official rubber band that comes in the set. I've lost that many years ago. This is just one of those like rainbow loom bands. But basically, the point is, and it is very finicky, you're supposed to, as the wheel here drives, it's supposed to kind of move the saws there. And you can see it's not the best system. If you push really hard, like I'm putting quite a bit of force down onto the build and then move forward, you can see it works a little bit better than if you just move it back and forth. Maybe that has something to do with the rubber band, or it could just be a design flaw. So don't really expect this thing to work perfectly. And you can kind of spin it by yourself, but because of the rubber band, it kind of pulls back the saw after you bring it forward. It just goes backwards. So you can't really spin it with your fingers either, which is kind of annoying. So it's not the most well thought out saw design and like wheel connection, but I think it works kind of well. You should not be getting this set expecting this thing to work flawlessly, is what I'm trying to say. But that is the Mine Defender. And then the other build that comes in the set is this troll war banner, basically. One troll guy carries a massive banner, and I will have to say, this base plate here, this is one of those collectible minifigures base plates, does not come in this set. I'm only having him on here because without it, he will fall over pretty easily. It is not a very stable build because it is so big that the weight of the build knocks the minifigure over, so you kind of have to have him either standing on some kind of bricks, or have him on a minifigure stand like this in order for him to stand up properly. But the banner is really awesome. I love this banner piece here. It looks really cool. If you want to, you could get an extra piece and just like stick it down maybe on the ground, or if you have a troll fortress or something like that, you can have it kind of just standing there, which I think is pretty cool, but you would need extra pieces for that. For what you get in the set though, I think it's still really awesome. And if you have any other trolls, it does come with another troll, but if you have a small army of them, this would be the perfect sort of a centerpiece that leads the army forward. It's built up pretty simply. It's got one of these big, I don't even know what they're called, like a lance or something, in the center with lightsaber hilts and some other pieces. Maybe it would have been better if all the pieces were a similar color instead of there being black, dark gray, and light gray, but maybe that's just a thought. All in all though, I think that this build is a really neat build, and maybe not worth the entire set, but is definitely worth parting out on Bricklink and picking up just like that, because it is that cool. For the minifigures, the first one up is going to be the dwarf. These minifigures do not have any names, so he's just called a dwarf. He has a really awesome helmet piece and beard piece that are kind of molded to work with each other. They're not one singular piece, they're two pieces, but they're molded with the idea to connect to each other. If you want to see that happen, you can see here that it's the perfect fit basically. The helmet has some really cool looking wings. I think this helmet is awesome. I don't really recall if there's any other Dwarven helmet designs. Maybe, I'm pretty sure that it's just this helmet that is in a couple different colors. I don't have any other Dwarven figures, so this is the only one that I have. You can see on the torso, the only thing that shows is the crown, showing that he is a dwarf for the king and the crown knights. I don't know what they're called. Let's take off this beard real fast. And here's what the dwarf looks like without his beard or helmet. Very funny face. I did not expect that face to be for the dwarf the first time I built this figure. It's kind of a funky headpiece, but it works once you cover up the mouth and stuff like that. And the torso there is pretty well detailed with the chainmail and the buckle strap around his shoulder. That looks pretty awesome. If I also recall correctly, I believe that torso is also used for some standard castle knights. On the back there, that's clearly obviously not supposed to be there. That's like Sharpie or something that I might have accidentally put on him 10 years ago. Who knows? But yeah, that is the dwarf, and obviously he has the short legs there in dark brown. Now let's take a look at the trolls. Here is the troll. You get two of these trolls, so I'll just show one of them. He comes with a really awesome sword there. I love this design of the sword. It's very big, but also beaten up, and it fits perfectly with these troll characters. The torso is really, really cool. It's got a bunch of chains. It's got a troll insignia. It's not the same troll insignia as on the banner there, but it is similar. Kind of like a side view of that banner. You also have another insignia on the belt there. It kind of looks like a W, or maybe like an evil crown, in contrast to the dwarf. And also you can see that on the right there, kind of part of his chest is showing, which I think is a pretty neat detail. No sleeves, so you can see his full arm there, which looks pretty awesome. The leg does not have any printing. The face there, pretty classic troll face, with the red eyes and the teeth sticking out. And he also comes with this really awesome helmet. I really love the speckled design on it. It's kind of hard to see if I take it off. Really awesome speckled design, reminding me of the Lego Viking sets with this similar sort of speckled design. And it's also just a really cool shape as well. So yeah, that is the troll, and you get two of them. Only one of them comes with a sword though. Here is the instructions for the Dwarves Mine Defender. These are going to be pretty old instructions, but you do get a really cool picture of the castle kind of faded in the back, as well as a tower there. Just a neat, oh, and you even have a dragon. So just little neat decorations. And you can also see that castle up here on the front of the instructions as well. At the back, gonna have a bunch. It is the part list. Don't hit people in the face with it, sort of stuff. Then you have the advertisement for the other sets. And boy, oh boy, is this nostalgic for me. I really want all of these sets. I'm thinking actually about buying this set. It's worth about $70. Buying it later today. Funny thing, I have a soccer game today, so if I win that soccer game, I'll be buying this. I also want this set. Boy, this one has gone up in value tremendously. like with respect to its original price, it was originally $20 set. Now it's going for $50 or $60, and that's totally not worth $60, but it is a very awesome set nonetheless. This set also very awesome. This set really awesome. This one goes for about $200, and this one goes for about $250. So I want these three more than these two, but I still want these two anyway. Very awesome nostalgic sets. There is the Lego Club advertisement, as well as the Win stuff on the back. So yeah, that is the instructions for the Mine Defender. I do not have the box. And here's how I display the Mine Dwarf Defender. I have the two sides of good and evil split up here in this display, lit up. Pretty cool. The Mine Defender is a pretty small catapult, even compared to this other knight catapult. And so it's kind of hiding in the back here. I don't have any other dwarves to support it, so it has a bunch of knights instead, kind of in front. I have, actually, it's this one. This banner here, he's over here, and the normal guy is just like one of these ones. I don't exactly remember which one it was. But yeah, so that's kind of how I display the Mine Defender. I have my knights and dwarves on this side, and the trolls and skeletons on this side, and I kind of just have them sitting there on the battlefield. All in all, I think that this is a wonderful set. I remember getting it at Toys R Us with my grandpa, like, what, 10, 15 years ago? Which is crazy that this set is 15 years old, or about right now, like 14 years old. But like, still, that's crazy old, but it is a pretty awesome set. Now, for $20 now, I still think that it is worth picking up. For $20, you get a really awesome build, the Mine Defender that can be armatized, if that's even a word, you know, build a bunch of them and have like a whole fleet of these Mine Defenders. I think that would be cool. The banner build is also awesome. You get 2 trolls, which are great for army building. They're just standard trolls with the cool helmet piece and a cool sword, and you get a dwarf that you can use to pilot the build. In total, I think that it is definitely worth $20, and I just think it is a great set. So that is the review for the Dwarves Mine Defender set number 7040. If you did enjoy this video, maybe consider liking the video, and if you've seen some of my other videos, then maybe consider subscribing. That is all I have for today. Thanks for watching, and peace out.